Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strategy Guide, where we show you how to get strategic victories and tactical victories in your favorite video games.
M12 Warthog here. I am back with another video, and today we are playing another strategy guide scenario in Age of Conquest 4. Pretty much the official scenario name is, I think it's like, it's on the colonist map, where you have to take over all the colonies as a colonizer, or rise up against the colonizing people as a colony, and so forth. This is like the medieval version. It's year 1200. Papal States, Kingdom of Sicily, Holy Roman Empire, France, Crown of Castle, and Kingdom of Portugal, when they were still called kingdoms, or when these time period where these things existed. You have Congo Kingdom, Zulu Empire. Pretty much, you sort of get the idea of what time period it is. Now, I am going to tell you, I'm going to take a look at a few things that we could do for starting strats. Now, one, I considered going back to Kingdom of England, because I did a similar map where I played as Kingdom of England, although you had more of a Greenland to use. You had less of a Europe and Africa on the map, for a similar map. I'm not sure which one that is, but I will link to the first part of that one here in the info card, wherever that may be on screen. Okay, but what I do know is that I figured Kingdom of England, but you only have like 3 spots to expand to before you have to use water. You may not be able to expand onto this land here, because it's probably going to be eaten up by the Holy Roman Empire and France, which have a better chance for expansion, because they don't have to spend money for disembarkment fees. On Papal States, Kingdom of Sicily, you pretty much have to disembark anywhere, because they can't go to Papal States unless they want to take them on directly, but that means turn one of the two is going to lose if you start the conflict, because you both are neighboring each other's leader, or where they start out, so that's bad unless you are able to move their leader off turn 1. But if Kingdom of Sicily moves their leader away, but doesn't put them on another territory, then they lose all their territory and also lose as well. Now, on the other hand, Zulu Empire is actually not a bad choice in terms of geographical location, as it's somewhat far away from all the others, but it's sort of obscure on the own side of the map here. One of the main parts is that you can expand to this territory here, this one, and pretty much take over some of these, but rely on the mountains, so that certain places do not have to be defended. Although, because you are on a coastline, I would consider defending them, because naval fleets can move up to 3 spaces, including, or 3 movements, so they can move 2, and then do an amphibious assault, or move 3, and then wait next turn, and then do an amphibious assault. So if I'm right here, I could go 1, 2, and boom, attack you by surprise, and you really wouldn't know it or see it coming, unless you had ships out on the water that would tell you that. But other than that, you sort of gotta rely on that, and pretty much for some of these other ones that live close to it, or live close to water, up here you sort of have to do that. Apache, sort of good because it sort of blocks off the mountains, sort of limits you where you can expand, but it also limits people near you where they can expand, but also sort of can grant protection in that regard. Mayans, they have room to expand down this way and this way, but Apache, in the way you could expand into them, which means if either one of them, or both of them, declare war on you, because they want to expand into your area, you're sort of sandwiched in at that point, but you can sort of rely on taking over these islands if you want to go do that as well. This one, the Machushi, I'm sorry if you are from this descendants of this place, or whatever, and mispronouncing any of these names, but this one I think is like the second best, almost first best. I think it's tied with Blackfeet. Well, I'll get into that because I'm gonna choose Blackfeet, but this one has the greatest room for expansion early on. The only downside is that expansion here, 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 and here is all coastal line. Your four of these territories are all on the coastline. But you do have lots of room. This territory, this nation, is 4 away. This one is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you have to go around the mountains. And this one's 3. So I guess this one would be great for expansion early on without having to worry about conflicts or bordering other people. Now the reason I'm going to choose this one is because I can go 1, 2, 3, and then go 1, 2, 3, and boom. Well, 1, I have to go this way before I can go here because of the mountains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I pretty much have this whole corner of Alaska that I can just pretty much take over. And not only that, but if I do that, I could pretty much potentially only end up with 3 coastal lines that 3 to 4 coastal lines that I have to protect. And then maybe, in terms of land borders, only 4 territories as well. So that would in total be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd protect 7, but I'd have 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 or 12 territories to protect. It all depends upon how fast I can expand, but I can also expand in this direction if I want to, but not necessarily if I don't want to be near the Apache. But then again, probably my first bet and my first move is to probably move here, here, and here with this nation, because it's sort of when you're cluttered in, you sort of have to rely on where you expand and what you take out. That way they don't turn one have a territory right next to my capital, because if that happens, they could go right in for the kill if they want to early on. And I've seen people in online play do that, and that's not something you want to get involved with. Now, Cherokee, on the other hand, they have people on either side of them, above and below. So their best bet is to expand and go up here and try and get this area here if they want to get anything good, or expand down here. Expand in ways that limit the expansion of other people unless they want to go to war. That way you can grab as much land as you can and play the land grab game minus the conflict before you actually go to conflict, because if someone has more territory than you, they're obviously going to have more power early on, because that means they get more money from taxes and whatnot because of bigger populations and all that stuff. Do note, though, that starting on North or South America, you are playing as tribes that are supposed to be in the scenario and how it played out in history were colonized by any one of these people here, except for maybe some of the tribes down here. I don't know if a Zulu was able to conquer any of the or colonize any of these areas over here in South America or North America off the top of my head, but it seems like if you start in Europe, you have higher populations, but that applies to anyone, so chances are the limiting factor is going to be money in terms of what armies they can get rather than population, whereas it might be on this side more towards population than money, but that can change over time as long as you have control of nations and occasionally do nationwide fertility festivals and so forth. But anyway, now that I'm done giving my ideas or my views on what to do at the start and a general analysis of all starting points on this territory, on all the possible territories, I'm going to move 20 there. I'm going to move 40 there. Okay! Turn 1 is done. Let's see what happens. Income, growth, plus 20. Okay, yeah. So right now, we're doing not too bad. I even got a full additional point, so I'm gonna move action point. I'm gonna move that, move this, move that there. Gonna move this here. Let me see. Move that down there, there. I mean, if I want to get this, that would be nice if I could. Well, if I go directly for this, it prevents their expansion there. So I think I'm gonna focus on going for this territory and going for this one. as fast as possible to block off and limit where people can move. Okay! Well, looks like someone beat me to it. Let's go here. Let's move this here. Let's buy 20 additional units. And let's go here. Okay. I cannot do anything more with action points, but I want to see if I can get any one of these 3 territories. Preferably this one, I guess? And we'll see where we go from there. Let's look at what all the other ones are doing. Now, I'm shocked that this one hasn't expanded more, sending, small amounts of troops at once. That way you don't have to spend so much on troops, like I'm doing 20 per thing, because I know I'm very close to being able to go into combat, but so much for the sake of, getting more territories to start out with that you don't really need to protect. Like, if you move here, you don't really need to protect until it becomes a border, but if you move all your troops here, and this one doesn't really need to be protected if you own all of these 3 here and so forth. So, I mean, at the beginning, that territory doesn't necessarily need to have every territory they own protected, just the borders. So much as for me, where I pretty much need to protect everything because it's all so closely knit to other nations along here. But nonetheless, I'm actually fine with how things are going. Actually get taxes next turn, so that should be fun. Move that there. Let's go there. Let me see. If I had to, I'll go 20 here. Okay. Now, another reason why I specifically chose this place is, if you can remember the medieval one that I did, where it was Europe, on the Europe map, and what I did is I ended up playing as Byzantine. I'll put that in an info card right now. What happened with that one is that one actually, I was able to expand. I mean, there was other ones that had way more room for expansion, but the reason I chose that is because nations like these that I'm bordering expand 3 to 4 territories each, and I take those out, I ended up being expanded and got pretty big nation early on because I pretty much took away all the hard work from pretty much everyone else. Okay, let's move this here. I'm gonna move this here, because I want these territories. Don't want to spend another action point for that. Now, let's see. Let's be honest. Eventually, I'm gonna want to run into these nations and go to war with them. But for now, what I think I'm gonna do, seeing as I don't have that big of a nation, I don't have enough action points to do it, but what I want to do is actually cancel. That was a distributing money fertility festival. That's going to be 66, but required 5 points, action points. Doing that early on, just to a small amount of territories, is just going to increase the population, allowing me to draw more troops from it when I need them most. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was expecting this. Not really surprised that they would attack me. I'm like the biggest neighbor, so I'm like right next to them, but I'm also their biggest threat as well. So, what I'm gonna do is arm all the borders involved and take this out in my best strategical manner that I know of. I'm gonna put 100 there. I'm gonna send 100 at him, leaving 37 behind for defense. In case that fails, we'll still have some troops there. Of course, I'm gonna send 100 their way. Now, this territory does not have any troops armed there, as far as I know. So I'm gonna attack it, but I'm not gonna send that many troops at it. I'm only gonna send about 50. Now what I'm gonna do is arm this coastline here. Okay, I guess that's gonna have to be done next turn because of my limit of my limitations on my building stuff on not on action points. Okay. Let's see, send 100. Also gonna send all of this from here. The main reason why I want to keep this one intact is because it's a land border. And then what I'm going to do is move these here. That way it's still maintain protection on all sides. Because of this conflict, I was not able to do a fertility festival. I may have to save up for that. Okay. I should probably lower the volume of my game. I didn't realize that until now, but hopefully that does not turn out too bad. Okay. Let me see. What do I want to do now? Okay. I think I got it. What I want to do. Okay, so we'll move this here to get that. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is maneuver all of these troops here. Maneuver this here. Focus that there. I think we're going to start arming our land borders now as much as possible. And then we're going to start expansions from here. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go here. Now, if I were to do that, that's only minus 4% happiness. Okay, can I build? I can build 70 there. Okay. That is good. Probably will not be able to build a full 72 here. Okay, I guess I am. Okay. Now what I think I'm gonna do, and the best strategy to pull off, now at this point, is to end up attacking another enemy, preferably destroying their leader first, that way we don't have to worry about a long and drawn-out battle that's gonna drag on forever. But now I gotta make preparations for it. Now, I already started by buying a bunch of troops in one territory, but my main focus right now is actually going to be arming my borders that I have with this nation. Okay. So let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna declare war on them, because I think this will be an easy battle based on the numbers shown on screen. Send 159 there, leave 40 behind. And hopefully we'll see some performance out of this. Hopefully we'll get good good victories in our battles. See where everything goes. Okay. So they were able to survive with 16 left. So what I'm gonna do is now directly attack other territories that they may own. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm gonna move those there. Move 72, and then I'm gonna send 72 directly to attack them here. Now, with this, I'm actually taking over a territory here, but I'm also going to attack their capital here, and that's sort of what I want to do. I want to keep the pressure on their capital, and keep having them and forcing them to defend it until they run out of troops, and so forth. Okay. This is actually looking good in our favor. I'm gonna attack with this on 3 different sides. And move here. Now, as far as I know, I may not be the biggest nation, and I think I'm looking at the map that there might be 2 that are bigger than me, but that is fine. Let's actually check it out. I'm actually first. This one, I can understand why they're big, and that one, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense if I was not first. I would have understand just by looking at the map. Turns out I'm actually doing quite a good job. Okay! Now we have to rearrange our troops so that we can take over all of the borders and so forth. Okay. I'm gonna move this down here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we'll get about 40 there. 30. And which areas need more troops? I guess we'll go 20 down there. We'll send 40. And then we'll move this here. Okay. And now I'm gonna build just 1 troop. Just 1, so that we can claim this area down here. Okay. So. Well. I think for our starting out with our expansions, strategically taking out 2 neighbors, I think we did pretty well so far. I think I'm gonna have to end this off here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this strategy guide, part 1 of this strategy guide. If you guys enjoyed watching, if you did take the time to leave any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated. And I will see you guys later in another video. Bye-bye!